The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Chapter 8. The children continued to believe in magic. Sometimes Colin gave them lectures on the subject. "When I grow up, I will make scientific discoveries and I will give lectures about them. I can only give short lectures now because I am young. And Ben Weatherstaff would think he is in church and fall asleep," he said. Ben watched Colin. Once Colin asked him, "What are you thinking about?" "I think you have gained 3 or 4 pounds this week," answered Ben. "It's the magic, Aunt Dickon's mother's buns and milk," said Colin. Suddenly he looked across the garden. "Who is that coming in?" he asked. A woman entered the garden. She had a nice fresh face and very affectionate eyes. "It's Mother!" cried Dickon and ran to her. Colin went to her too, and Mary with him. "Even when I was ill, I wanted to see you," he said. "You and Dickon and the secret garden." "Dear boy," she said, "you are so like your mother." Then she put her hands on Mary's shoulders and looked at her. "And you too, you must be like your mother." Mrs. Medlock said she was a pretty woman. Colin and Mary took her round the garden and kept looking at her face. She gave them a lovely feeling, as if she understood them. She had a basket of food, and they sat together under a tree. The children ate, and she talked. "I'd like to see your father's face when he comes back," she said. Suddenly, Colin caught her cloak and held it. "I wish you were my mother," he said. Dickon's mother hugged him under the cloak. "Your mother is in this garden, I believe," she said. "She couldn't stay out of it." "Your father must come back." Archibald Craven travelled far and wide. He saw the most beautiful places in Europe, but stayed nowhere for more than 2 or 3 days. He went to the quietest, most remote places. He climbed the highest mountains. But the light never seemed to touch him. His thoughts were dark. One day he was in a wonderful valley in Austria. He was sitting by a beautiful stream when gradually his mind and body became quiet. "What is it?" he asked himself. "I feel almost alive again." Months later, he discovered that this was the day and hour that Colin cried, "I am going to live forever and ever." One night, Mr. Craven dreamed a voice called him. It seemed real. "Archie! Archie!" it called. "Lilias, where are you?" he asked. In the garden," she answered. The next morning he received a letter. The first words immediately attracted his attention. "Dear Sir, I am Susan Sowerby. I once spoke to you about Miss Mary. Please, sir, I think you should come home again. I think you will be happy to come. And I think your lady would want you to come, if she were here. Your obedient servant, Susan Sowerby." "I will go back to Misselthwaite," he said. "Yes, I'll go at once." In a few days, he was in Yorkshire again. On the long train journey, he thought about his boy. In the past, he only wanted to forget him. He didn't want to be a bad father. He paid for doctors and nurses and luxuries. but he didn't feel like a father. Now he began to think in a new way. Perhaps I have been wrong for 10 years, he said to himself. Travelling for 10 years. It is a long time. It may be too late to do anything. Of course, this was the wrong magic, to begin by saying too late. He still didn't know this. He asked himself if Susan Sowerby wrote to him because Colin was ill, but he found he was trying to believe better things. Is it possible that Mrs. Sowerby thinks I can still do some good? He asked himself. I will stop and see her on my way to Misselthwaite. When he stopped at the cottage, Susan Sowerby was not there. But he spoke to 8 friendly, polite children. He saw they were pleasantly and gave them some money to divide among themselves. At Misselthwaite, he went slowly to the garden. He could hear sounds inside. But he knew it was impossible. The door was locked. Suddenly, the door opened and a boy ran out. He was a tall, handsome boy. Who? What? Who? Mr. Craven cried. Father, it's me, Colin. In the garden? Said Mr. Craven. Yes, it was the garden that did it. Aren't you glad? Asked Colin. Take me to the garden, my boy, and tell me all about it. Mr. Craven listened to a strange story of mystery and magic and wild creatures. Later, Ben Weatherstaff went to the house. There are things that you house people don't know about, and soon you'll find out, he said. Look what's coming across the grass. All the servants looked. Across the grass came the master of Misselthwaite, and by his side, as strong as any boy in Yorkshire, was Master Colin. Chapter 8 Summary. Colin and Mary meet Dickon's mother. Colin's father wants to be a better father and returns to Misselthwaite Manor. Colin's father is surprised to see a healthy Colin walking out of the secret garden.